want to get your opinion on the state of the affairs in the NBA, because you've been a head coach, you were GM, you were a player. I mean, and now you're a broadcaster. So you've run this full gambit. How do you think the players are now, and how do you feel about it?
I look at it right now, and I laugh when people say, good guys play right now. With all the room, Max, that there was up there, you're driving from the elbow, and you're driving from those. Like we weren't driving from the 3-point line. We got it where it was one dribble lay in. They couldn't stop that because it's just all spread out. So I love the way the court is spread. I really don't like the way the passing is. Like, good Lord, I mean, throwing the ball ahead now, I don't know what you got to do to make a guy throw the ball ahead. I mean, you got to beg him to just throw the ball ahead. And once you throw the ball ahead, you've turned like a 5-on-5 into a 3-on-2, a little mini 3-on-2. And if you have playmakers, the driving and kicking game is just where this game is at right now. I think. And if you can get in the paint and collapse the defense, you got it made. Antetokounmpo gets in the paint, either finishes or he throws it out. And we had all kinds of guys that could get the paint. Like, I tell people, all of us, Larry, me, you, Robert, we could go by our guy pretty easily. I mean, whether it was Robert's spin or whatever, we all got by our guy. And it was always the other guy that tried to help out. Today's game, if we're drawing two, I mean, guys are wide open all over. So I like the space. I don't like the fact that people don't pass. And good Lord, they over dribble. I mean, the first time they get the ball, they back up between their legs. And I'm just going like, how about playing off the catch and, and so I think, Max, honestly, we've given into way too much. Any three is a good three. No, good threes are good threes. Open threes are good threes.
Thank you.
Hey, Max, how about good shooters open are good threes? Bad shooters open. The reason they're open, like you said with Danny, that guy wasn't going to go out there. He was just going to make Danny make some shots, So I see guys who really can't shoot or shoot the ball at 28%, and they'll take 5 threes in a game. And I'm thinking, I mean, really?
Yeah.
I mean, you shoot the ball at 25% of your threes. You're lucky to make one. They're 0 for 5, and all those long rebounds are fast break starters. When you get the ball and you go. And that's the other thing I think that we really ran. We ran when there was nothing to run, because all I know is Bill Fitch yelled at me every time I did run. And he yelled at you every time, but he didn't yell at everybody else. He yelled at Robert too. But us three were the ones that got it.
Well, why was Larry immune to getting yelled at?
Larry and Tiny. I noticed right away he didn't want to say anything to Tiny either. So if I just hung around Larry and Tiny more, I'd be okay. I hung around you, I got yelled at all the time. Our ability to run, Max, would have been fun in today's game. Our ability to run and spread the court and attack. Now we ran for twos, but layups are layups. I mean, think about how many easy shots we got in our break situation. We ran and everybody knew how to play.
I just want to take a second and talk about Marigold with their stem cell research has been amazing. I went and did an evaluation, and I ended up getting a shot, and I'm hoping right now I'm going to be back on the court. These guys were brilliant. They communicate well. They give you an education on what it's like, and that is what really, to me, won me over, because not only were they going to give me an operation, a procedure, but they were going to educate me about this procedure. And in learning and being comfortable, that is how you get well, and that's how you become partners. And my big shout out to those guys. They did a fantastic job. Check them out at marigoldmedical.com.